So I've been gone from YouTube for about a week. I did do my live show last Wednesday, but the last video I actually posted on my channel was last Monday. I've also taken a break from reselling for the last 4 or 5 days, and the reason for all this is because my grandfather passed away this past Wednesday morning. He was 87 years old, but it wasn't quite so expected. He was living with my mom. She and my stepdad were taking care of him, but we all thought he had a little bit more time. We thought we'd at least make it till Thanksgiving, maybe have one more Christmas with him, but he just went to take a nap last Wednesday and passed away. But I just want to make a video today to kind of talk about, without sounding too cliche, I guess the important things in life. My granddad was a wonderful man. He basically raised me. He taught me how to fish. He taught me how to play golf. He taught me how to woodwork. He was basically the only constant, male figure in my life up until my mom married my current stepdad when I was about 11. So from ages 1 to 11, my granddad was my dad. It's going to be a long recovery period for me and my family. My mom was an only child, so she doesn't have any other brothers and sisters, and my grandma passed away in 1998. So it's especially hard on my mom right now. She's, doesn't really have any family left. I do come from a family of Christians. I'm a Christian myself, so I know one day, my belief is that we will see each other again. So it's not all sad. Also, like I said, my granddad was 87 years old. He had lived a full and beautiful life. He'd accomplished a lot of things, and I'm happy that he's no longer suffering here on this earth. But I will miss him dearly. To get in what I want to talk about in this video, a couple weeks ago I went to visit my granddad. I knew he wasn't doing great. He wasn't terrible, but I just wanted to go see him. I went and visited him in his house, and we sat on his porch for 2.5 or 3 hours, and I just listened to his stories, and we talked about all of our memories, and it was just a really wonderful time. And I'm scared that if I wouldn't have gone to see him that day, I wouldn't be able to live with myself given the situation now. Um, I'm just very, very happy that I decided to take a day off and go visit with him that day. It gave me a lot of closure. It gave me a lot of just comfort in knowing that we had a really, really good time together just a few weeks before he passed. And I guess what I want to say is, with reselling and Q4 is here and everybody's focused on maximizing profits and focusing 100% into your business, this time of year, just please don't forget about your family. Don't forget about your friends. Don't forget about your neighbors, your elderly neighbors that may not have family to visit them. And again, I don't want to sound cliche. I'm sure all of you have seen videos like this in the past, but I'm just so glad that I took that day a few weeks ago and went to go visit him. So if you have any family in your life that maybe you haven't talked to in a while, or you haven't seen in a while, or you think, oh, I'll go visit them in January after Q4, or let me get through this busy season. You still never really know when will be the last time you'll speak to them or see them. When I left his house a few weeks ago, I kind of thought that it might be the last time I see him, but I didn't really expect it. I think the saddest part about my grandpa passing is that all of his stories died with him. I've heard most of them and I have them in my memory, but hearing them out of his mouth, the way he tells them and all of his little quirks and all that's gone. So I know a lot of family members can tell the same stories every Christmas or every Thanksgiving, and they get kind of old. You know how they end, but just treasure those, because when they're gone, they're gone. One day when hopefully I get to be 87 years old and I think, my days are coming to an end, I'm not going to be looking back at my sales for Q4 of 2019. I know that's important now. I know we have to make a living. I know we have to provide for our families, but at the end of our life, that's not what is important. Run your business, do what you got to do, grind, hustle, build a successful business that you could support your family and live off of. But please don't forget about your family in the process. Make time for them. Go visit them. Call them. I promise you, if you take a day off and just go spend it with family, go sit with your grandparents, go sit with your parents, just talk and make memories, because those are going to be something that you'll never forget. I'll never forget those 2.5 hours sitting on the porch with my granddad, hearing all of his stories, and I'm very, very glad that I took that day off.